I think it's interesting for you to know because stock music is one of those things that you need no one's permission to do, except you have to audition for the library, like Motion Array or whoever. You have to get in. But once you are in, and you still have to get their permission, they have to okay your songs and things like that. But some of the sites don't. Pond5 doesn't. And there are some others that don't. You can just load them in there and wait for people to find them. So it's one of the ways to basically have your own private library of your music online for people to be able to buy and use. And so I think it's still a great training ground for licensing. You can practice making music and put it up there. If you are someone who is just getting into the DAW or you don't have much time to make music, these still are a great training ground and they're free. Now, the first thing I want to talk about in this is my approach this year. I changed it from the beginning of this year. I've talked about it over the past 2 years that I was putting less emphasis in stock music, and I still am. My approach in 2025 has been to really put no more new music up. Now, I've changed that a little bit, and I'll tell you why. But I do a lot of, or have done a lot of public domain music. And so I have been leaving that music up, the public domain music, because I don't care if AI trains off that. They can train off that if they want to. And as it turns out, I make content ID money all the same. When you are the arranger, by the way, of a public domain song, you need to know this. You are basically the writer. Not basically, you are the writer. You can get publishing off that. You can get writer's income off that. You can make money. I'm here to tell you, last year I had an arrangement of the Star Spangled Banner get on Fox and Friends show or something. And that sucker paid out around $2,500 altogether in PRO from somebody who downloaded off one of these sites. So it can happen that way. And if you're on Artlist, it really can get you some PRO income from stock music still. It's happened to me. It's happening to other people, especially people who are in libraries like Artlist that are literally going after television type of opportunities. So I am leaving up my existing public domain stuff for now. Will I make more? I don't know if I have the time, because anytime I have to make music, it's going into the 20 to 30 albums we're working on at a time. And I'm trying to mix 2 albums a week as part of our partners program with my partners. And so that is taking up most of my time. I'll tell you what I am doing. I am putting some non-exclusive music up to Motion Array that is in other non-exclusive libraries. So recently, over the past year, I have signed a few non-exclusive deals. I even had a exclusive library say they would accept an album, but only non-exclusively. I was like, cool, I'll also put it all up to Motion Array. But all that said, even with that, I've only put about 14 new songs up to Motion Array in 2025. I've taken off a lot of songs off of Motion Array and Pond5 and Audio Jungle and closed down my VFine music site, and waiting to close down another site in China here in 2026 and really get anything that is original off of places that might train AI. Now, it's not, and I'm not like freaking out. A better idea is that I want to take that music and put it into sync libraries. And I have a new sub-label that's coming out, so I'll have my own libraries to put stuff in. Talk about having your own library, because that's my main focus. My main focus is sync libraries, my partner program, and my sub-label that's coming up. So that's my approach in 2025. I am not putting a lot of new music up there. If I was making and had time to make a lot of non-exclusive public domain music, I would put it up there.